I cannot enter. It's locked, all right.
London vampires are so...
Disgusting arsehole! Vampire will never be your wife! How long are you gonna keep me locked in here? Let me go, you bastard! Disgusting asshole! I'll never be your wife!
Are you all right, miss?
Who are you?
My name is Jonathan.
I'm Louise Teasdale.
I believe you.
That monster.
You're safe.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, Miss
investigate them all.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, please.
That's all you...
Well, is it not?
I
am
May I...
I don't.
You must...
From what?
May I...
I
May I ask what...
I believe
What can you...
it's the
Why...
because
I still enjoy...
then I am.
What...
He's
Is that all?
Pericles.
Who are you waiting for, exactly?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it.
But what else could it be?
I don't know.
I'm afraid...
Have you ever?
Trap.
At least.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
You should ask that question to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many years.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
Good evening.
I'm conducting...
And who?
I'm Dr...
I'm
I work for the Ascalon Club.
the Ascalon Club. You...
What can...
I'm the one.
What?
I'm not...
Haven't I...
All right.
And what...
We both...
What are you...
I told...
What...
I know.
Do you work...
Yeah.
Why are you in...
Criminal.
I'd like to report a name.
Then I'll write the name down and transmit this intelligence to the...
Tell me all you know about that.
I'm not even sure there is only one.
How could different killers...
That's my main...
What are you...
My current...
Tell me about...
She's a what?
Do you have...
No.
Tell me about...
Mr.
Where was...
Mr.
Do you know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it. With just one phone call.
Do you need...
I'm a...
You'll quit...
Thank you.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
The Spanish flu is not the only hidden killer around here.
Good evening, sir.
Dr. Reed?
Is there an...
No, it's just...
I think...
That's odd.
I'm afraid... Tell me...
We are...
And what...
Because we...
Why do you...
I'm not...
Can you...
As you...
Please.
Do you...
I know we are not living in the most peaceful...
Yes.
But what...
Do we yet?
And what...
I stop...
Tell me... Tell me more about...
I just...
But what...
Does it really...
Pericles.
Agamemnon.
At least...
But is that...
What can...
If you're...
That's it?
For the time...
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard this is a man...
Who are you?
I really can't answer.
And why?
This person...
But why would...
Well...
Goodbye, Mr. Baker. I cannot enter. It's locked, all right.
But they are never easy to read. Jonathan Reed.
I beg your pardon.
Of course,
You are
primate of the brother.
The cards told you to expect me.
Yes, they can tell me everything.
What can So you...
Oh,
Do the card...
now.
Read my foot.
You have been chosen, Jonathan.
Tell me,
I've...
somebody...
got
Did they...
a person.
Do you want...
If you ever...
For how long?
It was...
What do you...
Edgar.
Can you read the cards?
Are you sure?
Yes, I...
It will cost you 150.
Perhaps later. May I...
Of course.
Who found...
That's...
So you're...
Once...
I know.
It was...
What was the problem? How did you learn about...
Swansea told me.
Mary did not...
Suffer.
How do you measure...
I told you.
Is it...
Vampire.
I would... How do you...
I told
Is it...
Vamp.
All right.
Your heart.
Is there anything...
Aloysius Dawson.
He's not the only one.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900.
Can you read the
But
card?
the
Here is the money.
love. Pure and unseen. Untold. The two hearts love each other without knowing it. Without daring to admit it.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander. Yet it... Cards never lie, but they are never easy to read.
It's locked. It's locked, all right. I cannot enter.
Seems violence and madness are now contagious.
We should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go? Anywhere. Anywhere that isn't here. And what is that, by the way? A safer place? A less strange place? And where would that be? Life is strange. And we are alive. For now, yes. But for how long? If we decided to flee, we should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go?
Crawl back to the hell that spawned you! Black demon! Away with you!
Dawson's mansion. Here I am at last. But the question remains, am I ready to make a dying man my progeny?
Finally, you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist, such as yourself, would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must. But be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly what is going to happen to you, sir.
I can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reed. Planned very carefully.
Sir, I'm going to end your life. Do you not wish to discuss the procedure for even a minute?
I don't have a minute to indulge in idle chatter. I can't feel my legs. And the cold, so cold.
I will become your maker. Do you understand what that means?
Well, I certainly won't consider you my liege, or some such drivel. You can be assured of that.
You'll need to feed on warm blood. Blood from mortals. How do you feel about that?
I'm rich, Dr. Reed, and powerful. I'm sure I'll be able to acquire all the blood I need without ever having to sully my own hands.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or anything that would dare to oppose me.
Let's move on then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, what would you do with such a gift?
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed, and I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London, I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
Who gave you the right to decide the fate of thousands of people?
My money. My money and my pending immortality gives me the needed authority, Doctor. I'm a businessman. I'm used to tough decisions.
You really plan to build a quarantine wall across London?
Yes, it will be tall and strong, separating the wheat from the chaff.
Let me guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must prevail, Doctor, no matter the cost.
By doing so, you will also create two separate prisons.
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved efficient in the past.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
As long as the right people are on the right side of the wall, that's all that matters.
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
What if a new outbreak happens inside your walls? You'll have created a giant trap.
That won't happen. As long as we dispose of anyone that is contaminated as soon as they are spotted.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
You don't deserve immortality, Mr. Dawson.
What? What are you prattling on about?
I don't believe I've ever met a man so bereft of empathy. You, sir, are despicable.
No! Wait! You can't! I made a deal with Lord Redgrave. I'll finance whatever he wants. Please, just ask him.
Sleep now. Rest now. Forever.
I would have lived forever. Who are you to decide my fate? Who gave you the authority?
Is it done, Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson reborn, as expected?
Alas, Aloysius Dawson was not brought back to life after his death. The man is gone.
What? What happened?
He didn't survive the procedure. He was too weak.
This is unacceptable, nevertheless. You were given the simplest task.
Well, get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Banished. You are forbidden to ever appear in front of us again. Ascalon will smite you on sight, and your heart will be thrown to the rats.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with your puppets and shadow plays, Lord Redgrave.
Yes, go, traitor, and take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone!